Hello and welcome back to Direct Strike, where today we branch into a mode that we haven't seen before on this channel. We are jumping into Direct Strike Weekly Brawl. Now, the Weekly Brawl is a subset, or rather a mix of all the other Direct Strike game modes, because there's a lot of game modes and features that we haven't shown off on this channel just yet. And what the Weekly Brawl does is it picks a random subset of all those features and throws them all into one match. So here we have on the side the list of all the bonuses and such and other modifications to this game mode. So here we have a regular variant of Direct Strike, not Commander's mode, but the base structures have double life. Parts of the staging area provide various buffs. You can see these right over here. This part provides armor and HP. This part provides weapon range and energy, maximum energy. And this provides energy regeneration and weapon speed and such. And the third element is aura, which allows us to choose a powerful bonus. Let's go ahead and do that right now. We can gain +2 armor on everything, plus 15% attack, or plus 15 life and 1 armor. I'm going to go with 15 life and 1 armor because we have, well, Zerg units that are quite small and frail, and that larger numbers of smaller units is more effective by life. Also, we get armor, so it's kind of nice. And because we've put them with this hollowed vitality beacon, they gain an extra armor and life per second. So now these roaches are sitting at +3 armor, 160 HP, and regenerate 4 life per second, which is kind of strong. Now, keep in mind that the other team also has access to these bonuses, so it's not something that's going to be entirely unique. But it looks like we're able to just punch through these stalkers, at least would have if the Zerg didn't come to clean us up. Look how wounded they are. Oh well. So we need to escalate ourselves a little bit, try to clean the waves up before things get too exciting. Looks like so what I'm doing here is I'm branching really wide, and I'm doing this just so that we can have more units packed in this spot. But as we get closer to the edge, we're also moving my units into this hollowed power. So this roach no longer gains the +1 armor and regeneration. Instead, it gains life and weapon range, and I don't want this. So I'm gonna stack you up right here. Go. You're also getting the wrong buff. There we go. So I actually need to get to tech level 2 pretty quickly here. Yeah, they're all lined up. Thankfully, we are pushing quite far and consistently owning the middle, so we are owning the middle bonus, which is very good. Yeah, I think our roaches just have the sustain, at least our wave has the sustain far greater than the stalkers, which is quite impressive, really, considering they have extra weapon range and life. So we're doing well here. The concern I have is that these queens are coming up and claiming things for the other Zerg team, but thankfully my teammate is prepared for this and is slaughtering that wave. Our waves are just all so tanky today that no one's doing anything. I'm gonna solve this problem by getting Hydras back here, and I'm gonna put them way in the back. Here we go. Just stuff you. Oh, no, too late. Too late. Ideally, I put them on something like weapon range or weapon speed and damage over here. I do not want them to be separated is the concern. If I put them over here, then they won't be next to my tanky wave, which would be bad. I question whether or not it would be worth it. The roaches should get in front of them anyways. Let's go ahead and get Hydra range. Try to catch up to these guys. I don't need move speed yet. We're doing some more damage to their photon cannon. Notice their cannon does have double HP, so we've done a lot of damage to it. Oh dear, I think we're getting pushed back quite hard here. Infestors actually will hold the line as needed. Do we want to get energy or energy regen? Definitely energy regeneration on these infestors. That's far too good to pass up. So you need to go here, and you here. That means I want to have you guys lined up over here in front to take care of that. I'll keep these infestors with their infested Terrans enabled, though I'm not convinced I'm not entirely certain that's the correct answer here, but I'll leave that for the moment to see how it works out. Get a couple more roaches, just because they're working out quite well. When these guys are fungal, they can't blink away, so they'll just die horribly to all the Hydralisks that we have here, which would be nice. You know what? Let's go ahead and take off Infested Terrans. Infested Terrans aren't going to do a whole lot of good for us. We need more of those fungals coming in. Yes, the energy regeneration should provide a decent enough benefits. Or... Nope, nope, nope. Alright, so they are actually regenerating energy fast enough to sustain near constant use of both abilities, which is very nice. Let's go ahead and get more of these guys going. I'm just gonna stack them all like way back here. And get a couple more Hydras to stay in the front line for them. Yep. Let's go ahead and get some upgrades. I'm going to get Ground Carapace level 1 because we already have a +4 armor on those roaches. And those are just going to live forever. I'll go ahead and set that to autocast to keep up with it. Additionally, actually, let's undo this. Let's go ahead and get a gas. We've owned the middle for long enough, and let's just get further ahead because we can. There we go. Fungal all those things. There it is. And gun them down. Do not let them escape, please. Thank you. Much better. Once I get to tech level 3, we'll be able to get what is it called? The neural parasites. I'll switch out neural parasite for, or rather switch out the infested Terrans for the neural parasite. But that will come later once we get our power boost. So we're actually going to take their turret here. Oh, it's close, down to 58 HP, but not quite. Oh dear, that's a lot of Hellbats. My friend Terran Wave's gonna have quite a mess to deal with. Let's see, we do probably need to invest in some lurkers as well. Lurkers will clear up a lot of this stacking that they've got going on here. The reason I'm hesitant to go lurkers against stalkers is that the stalkers will blink away from the lurkers, and then the lurkers will have to get up and uproot themselves in order to chase. But once they stack up to this kind of level, then it'll be okay, especially once they get rooted by my infestors. Yeah. Figure them all out, please. So right now, I'm just banking on having a lot of damage output in the form of many roaches and hydralisks. But I think a couple lurkers will go a long way. So let's go ahead and invest in a couple of these guys. Do I want them with extra weapon range or damage and speed? Let's go with damage and speed. So I'll put you right in front here. Now the reason I'm putting lurkers in front is that lurkers I didn't get the infestor upgrade. That's bad on me. I'm also gonna get speed on the roaches to help them catch these stalkers, and also more importantly to help them get in front of the lurkers. So the reason I'm putting lurkers in front like this is so the lurkers will run up and start the burrow process, because it takes a moment for them to burrow, and then how the roaches run over on top of the lurkers to protect them. That way the lurkers will be as close as possible, dealing damage as soon as possible, while also not being targeted down. Now we do have a couple queens here, so worst case scenario, if my lurkers do get hit, they should be healed up pretty quickly by the queens. That should solve a lot of our stacking problems, especially now that we're against the Zerg that's got a lot of units all mashed together. This lurker should just keep dealing its damage for a long time, which is the idea. Looks like they discovered my lurker. They're scanning for it, which is expected. That's why we want more of them, to capitalize on them not having detection, and on that, more importantly, on them stacking up. Looks like they do have a Raven in with this next Terran wave, which will probably stay for the duration of a very long time, because I don't think we have a whole lot of dedicated anti-air. Looks like we don't have any dedicated anti-air. We're out of every unit. Well, I mean, if it works, it works. But as long as we can get on top of this tank line, nope, oh dear, that's a problem. Tanks kind of dangerous. Alright, so now that these guys are all rooted with the fungal, they're not going to be able to blink away, and they're just going to explode, which is what we want to have happen to them. There we go. Goodbye, stalkers. All of those lurkers slaughtering the Zerglings as they run up. That's satisfying to see. I need more lurkers. Many, many more lurkers. They appear to be solving a lot of our problems here. On another lurker. I can't wait to get to tech level 3 and unlock all the goodies like additional lurker burrow speed. Would Ultralisks... Let's just go ahead and set that to autocast. Would Ultralisks solve our problem here? The Cyclones would work well versus them. Is we gotta clear out those... We're clearing out the Stalkers pretty quickly. Let's go ahead and get one of these upgrades and then another Extractor. just in case we don't push for the win here. Because the Ultralisks would... they'd be alright versus the Stalkers, but would Ultralisk solve the Zerg problem? And I think the answer is actually yes, because they don't have much of a front line. The closest to front line they have is the Zerglings backed up by Queens. And Ultras kind of solve that problem real quick, so let me go ahead and get up to tech level 3. That way I can slaughter this Infestor, or the Spellcaster heavy Zerg wave, and then push with ultimate power. There we go. Alright, Lurkers, yeah, Lurkers are just sitting there doing the thing. It's quite good. Really quite good. Like, all these Lurkers are still, well, they were all still alive before they walked into range of the Nexus. This is fun. They're doing what they're supposed to do. And also dying. Not mutually exclusive, as it is. Let's see. Would Ravens help? No, I don't think Ravens would help. Oh, those are Dark Templar. Ravens wouldn't. Detection is needed. There we go. Let's see. Does he have Ravens or detection? He does not. I think he's just going to let the Protoss player walk all over him, I assume. I really hope the Dark Templar haven't been there for a long time and I just haven't noticed, which is entirely possible. He only had 2 of them that I could tell, so they wouldn't have done that much damage. But yeah, you know, you can't let that kind of thing just slide forever. All right, time for us to get some Ultras. Ultras, we do want movement speed and the +2 armor, because that's just way too good to pass up. And we should have our first Ultra out for the next wave. Are we just gonna win here? We might just win here. I mean, this does have double HP, and it does do a lot of work. All right, so we're not gonna win right there. Let me go ahead and put this down so I don't forget it. I'll put you in the tanky segment. That way you get the extra armor as well as the HP regeneration. And next wave, if we don't win next wave, I'd be amazed. All right, so let me go ahead and take off Infested Terrans. We put them back on because my infestors are dying before expending all their energy. Can't have that happening. Alright. Corruptors versus Liberators. Ooh, eek. That's a rough one. Alright, does Blue still have no detection? No, he still has no detection, but looks like there's no invisible units. Oh, there they are. Or he's just gonna scan for days. It looks like they have 3 Dark Templar now, which is, you know, is what it is. Okay, so that's a second Ultra. Gonna invest in some more upgrades here. I want to get 1 melee upgrade. I don't think it's worth the melee upgrades just yet for our 1 Ultra on the field and 2 in the next wave. I'd rather get a missile damage or another armor. Let's get missile damage. There we go. There we go. Look at that Ultra just chipping away at that entire Zerg wave, and there's nothing left. That poor Zerg wave needs to do something different, because it's not working out. Oh, Lurkers, yes, please! Destroy all the Terran units, please. Thank you. Good Lurkers. No more of that nonsense coming this way. They don't have much in the way of damage output here. I suspect we're not going to be winning this particular push. Almost enough for another Hydra. There we go. Or, not Hydra, Ultra. I'm just gonna set these guys to autocast. Let them do their thing. Oh, there we go. That's gonna do it for sure. Alright guys, make sure to join the community Discord so you too can come join us during our StarCraft II live streams and fill up our lobbies with plenty of Direct Strike players. But for now, I'll see you guys later.